Welcome to Astana Times Now. I'm your host Asil Stubaldna. In this broadcast, we'll look at the Kazakh president's recent official visit to Germany, the latest round of the Syrian peace talks in Nur-Sultan, and the celebration of the 30th anniversary of the UN Children's Rights Convention, among other stories. Let's get started. Kazakh President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev and German Chancellor Angela Merkel agreed to boost German investment in Kazakhstan and forge bilateral economic ties during Tokayev's December 5th and 6th official visit to Germany. It was Tokayev's first visit to Germany since he took office in June.
Germany is one of Kazakhstan's largest trade partners in the European Union and 12th in terms of investment in the Kazakh economy. 90% of German investment is in the non-extractive sector. As part of Tokayev's visit, 30 commercial and non-commercial documents were signed for a total of $2.4 billion. To stimulate trade and investment activity, Tokayev met with the management of top German companies, including Linde, the Class Group, and the Schaeffler Group. During the joint press conference following bilateral talks between the country's leaders, Merkel noted the potential for cooperation in the green economy and renewable energy. Kazakhstan and Germany, she said, also need to expand their cooperation in the context of the European Union's links with Central Asia and China's Belt and Road Initiative.
Nur-Sultan hosted the latest round of the Syrian peace talks known as the Astana Process. Astana Process negotiations have taken place since January 2017 in an effort to end violence in the 8 years long Syrian civil war.
The talks brought together officials from guarantor states Iran, Russia and Turkey, and representatives of the Syrian government and the Syrian armed opposition. The United Nations, Lebanon, Iraq and Jordan attended as observers. In their joint statement, Iran, Russia and Turkey noted the recent escalation of violence in Idlib province. They called for international agreements regarding Idlib to be observed, including a ceasefire agreement. They also said that humanitarian assistance should be increased for all Syrians and that Syrian refugees and internally displaced people must be allowed to return safely to their homes.
Kazakhstan has invested nearly $8.5 billion since 2017 to build housing in the country through its Nur program.
The Nur program enables Kazakh citizens to purchase housing at favorable loan rates and offers opportunities for socially vulnerable groups to improve their housing conditions. 9.8 million square meters were commissioned over 10 months in 2019, and $211.7 million were allocated in 2019. The Kazakh government has adopted the next phase of the program for 2020 to 2025 and plans to spend $12.4 billion. This phase will include building heating, water supply, and wastewater disposal mechanisms, modernizing communal areas, and renovating existing housing. The main requirement for citizens to participate in the program is that they should officially reside in the city for at least 2 years, be a citizen of Kazakhstan, and should have no property registered in Kazakhstan. Because the state finances the program, there is no shared equity construction and therefore no troubled houses.
Kazakhstan joined other countries around the world in a 16-day campaign against gender-based violence. The campaign called for the prevention and elimination of violence against women and girls and seeks to boost global efforts to increase awareness, galvanize advocacy, and share knowledge and innovation.
Campaign started November 25th. And as in previous years, iconic buildings and monuments around the world lit up in orange to call for a violence-free future. As part of the campaign, the UN Women Office in Kazakhstan held a 3-day international conference in the Almaty region, where more than 5,000 participants discussed preventing and tackling violence against women. The TSC Art Gallery in Nur-Sultan held an art exhibition on violence against women and girls. The exhibition showcased works by talented Kazakh artists and included a collection of modern digital illustrations, posters, and graphics by artists from Central Asia, Europe, and North America.
At the moment, we hear that 17% of women in Kazakhstan are reporting that they're suffering from sexual or physical intimate partner violence. So because of this awful thing that's happening, which is the extent of violence, we're trying to raise awareness about it. And you may have seen around Nur-Sultan the color orange on the buildings and bridges. And this is to raise awareness that violence against women is not right and it must be stopped.
The European Union delegation in Kazakhstan recently announced the results of the Kids for Rights Children Drawing Contest dedicated to the 30th anniversary of the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child.
More than 200 children, aged 6 to 17 years old, submitted works to the contest expressing their vision of children's rights. The contest was organized in partnership with UNICEF's regional office and the embassies of Belgium and Switzerland in Kazakhstan. The goal was to facilitate interaction with children, enable their creative self-expression, and raise awareness about children's rights.
It's a very special day for us today because we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Convention on the Rights of the Child and also the 25th anniversary of Kazakhstan signing that convention. Kazakhstan has made incredible progress for children since its independence. So on all levels, when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to education, the country has made great steps forward. But of course the work is not yet done. We still have some work to be done to ensure that every right is protected for every child. So if you look at the paintings, the drawings that children put up here, they're all paintings with a very deep meaning. Children really have taken time to understand their rights and to express how they see their rights, how they interpret them, and how the world can help towards the realization of these rights.
Thank you for watching Astana Times Now. Stay tuned and we'll see you next week with the latest in Kazakh news.